Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SB Reacts where today we have ourselves a track from Kronus titled Good Luck, and if we switch over to here we have ourselves a track on the screen on YouTube, the music video for it. We're going to listen through it from start till finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, let's do it. Well, incredibly intense for the startup. Oh, this is fun.
Line me up so you can have fun tonight. Strung out of your mind without control. Pathetic and weak, broken and bored.
I love the stuttery nature of the video, it's so creepy. Parallel major? I am genuinely impressed by this. The drums are... Look, I'm not glazing this because I feel the need to. This is genuinely well produced. Like, irrespective of the genre, there's a lot to appreciate with this one, but we're gonna talk about it more in the conclusion. And so welcome to the conclusion of my review of a track from an act named Kronus, titled Good Luck. So first of all, what do we think this track is about? I think someone messed around and found out, so to speak. They got in a position where they are looking for specific things and they're just, I think the person singing is just done with their behavior. Goodbye, good luck, I hope you find what you're looking for, but they just don't want anything to do with them. Maybe they just were like a not a sort of like healthy situation with them. But either way, I mean, I didn't get all the words through clearly, but that isn't like a mark against the vocal performance at all. It's just there's a lot going on with this piece, and a lot of that is really positive. So if I was to talk about a few of the things that I appreciated within this track or that I thought were done well, I think just in general, it's the production. That's the thing that speaks to me immediately. It sounds commercial grade. I'm surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kronus continues to develop and put out music if they do find success within the genre, because it's very, very good. Just the sound of the guitars, the various drum kits. There are sort of electronic synthetic sort of kits there with some really interesting filtering and sort of like delays and pops there, sort of an industrial tone to them. When we get into like the full body kit there, with a thorough exploration of it, you know, with the variety of different tom cymbal and hi-hat cymbal groups, with just, I mean, I will talk about the instruments in a moment, but just the clarity of that within the mix, as well as some of the sub drops there, and then the way that the guitar takes the bass and everything else come together. Like, there's just so much to absorb. It's like an expensive meal, you know, at a fancy restaurant, basically. And it probably, again, it sounds like maybe I'm being a little bit too sort of like positive, but I genuinely feel that way about this. I think in terms of the frequency response rate, things are EQ'd, the way things are presented there, the dynamic range of the track, the way things are compressed and limited, it's all, you know, it's ready to go. It's extremely good. And yeah. It's to a point where like I would like listen to this music outside of reviews, and that's not a compliment that I can provide for everyone I listen to in these videos. And that's not just a genre specific thing either. If every genre put this much effort into their music, I would listen to it regardless. So I think to discuss a few other things, I feel like the vocal performance here is done very well. We're very comfortable in our head and chest voice, and we've got some softer tones to some of the verse, and then sort of like pre-chorus parts. We have the growlies and the vocal fry as well in some bits, and it's just all handled very, very neatly. We've got great technique. It doesn't seem like we're burdening ourselves or overexerting. Again, not all the words come through clearly, and that's often a thing that occurs with the harsher vocal takes. You just don't get them all clearly, but it's not a mark against it. I just need more time with it. And we're very, very clear with what we need to sort of like say within that chorus take, which is honestly a takeaway, I suppose. And the note choices and melodies or harmonies we use with a mixture of fifths and sort of like fourths, maybe some like triad intervals are intriguing. And we're very capable of changing the way we express ourselves to suit the mood of the music around us and the subject matter. You know, it's great. It's very effective. And I think to sort of talk about why we have the more aggressive vocal styles, it's simply to provide a harder edge to maybe us sort of being a bit more sort of like laissez-faire with a goodbye, good luck kind of situation. We're maybe trying to be kind and trying to be personable to the person, but we're actually really pissed off about it. And so I think having those different vocal takes is effective to at least infer different things. I think it's really good. And so we finally have the actual instrumental performances there. So if I was to discuss a few highlights for me personally, I think that the way the drums are recorded is incredibly well handled. I mean, like, there's such a variety of different quarter eighth, 16th, triplet, even 30 seconds. There's so many different riffs and grooves, and we're working with 4/4 a lot of the time with kind of like an amount of like 4/8 even amount of bars, but occasionally we add an extra bar and it's like an extension of like a tom fill or something like that, and it's never predictable until we go to these breakdown sections where often we'll do a lot more drums and then we'll sort of really take it back and slow down the piece there, and it's just sensible to sort of shift the vibe and push and groove of songs to make each sort of part of a track a bit more sort of intriguing. In a breakdown section, you not necessarily want to go with like machine gun blast beats or something like that. Often it's the entire opposite. But there's so much space when we need it for the vocals and other instruments to breathe. And I also appreciate a sense of rhythm unison, not just with the drums with the vocals, but also the guitar is there. I mean, there's just so much more we could say about this. I mean, like, the guitar takes are wonderful. I love the way that we're so tight with our melodies and sort of alternate picked parts there. We know when to do the chuggy power chords. We work with some really interesting chord progressions as well. We're very comfortable with that parallel major in that chorus section. It adds a sort of euphoric kind of weird tone. It's just we're so happy to be free from this person. And it kind of makes me really happy because we also have the Phrygian mode there, which just adds a sense of menace to it. We're not just relying on the diatonic major or minors. We're sort of messing with chromatics or things outside of it for effect, you know. There's there's a lot of really cool ideas here, and it's just not even scratching the surface here. The structure is also fantastic with the wide variety of different elements and pushes and tingles to it. I could be here for hours, but I typically in these sort of like outside of the sort of the structure song analysis videos I do, I speak about a few sort of main areas there, but just to know, I think in terms of like constructive critique, there's nothing I would personally change. If this was to go for like a ranking or like a scoring, it'd be probably a 9. It'd be very close to a 9, and that's extremely rare for me. I may be just a little bit overexcited, but like regardless, I mean that's exactly why I don't provide scores when I'm in the heat of the moment. Either way, thank you for watching my review, and it's an extremely positive review of the song from Kronus titled Good Luck, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and YouTube page. Stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next Desperate Reacts. Spiderhands out.